gentlemen, let's have a little chat. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, gentlemen. Hammerhand, the MGTOW monk, back at you one more time. Yo, man, yo. This moving shit sucks. Not a fan. Not at all. Right now, I'm sure that you can't see it too well right there, but my fucking eyeballs are tired. I'm tired. This whole motherfucking process is tired. But I'm good still. I do not have my Wi-Fi blaster hooked up, and there's a lot of work to do in here. So the chill streams will be off, but I will cut videos until I can get that studio set. Going out to get the desks and all of the hardware and everything in a new neighborhood is a pain in the ass. So stick with me. We're going to be good, and we're going to get all of this shit going on. In the meantime, in the meantime, I wanted to give a bit of a shout out to somebody that I don't normally shout out. It's Donovan Sharp for covering Terrence Popp, because Popp has been put in timeout by YouTube one more again for just being an honest man. Can't have that. Can't have them honest men lurking around doing that thing, can you? Oh no, that don't work. That showed me a little bit about Donovan. I've not been kind to Donovan. And as long as you continue to push usury or stupidity or the pump and dump lifestyle, I won't be kind. But for this instance, you have my gratitude. Not that it means anything to you or not that you needed it, but you have my gratitude that you would shout out Popp and that you would let people know what was going on there. I appreciate that, and I thank you. On to bigger and better things. Popp will be back on the air here shortly. But if you're not subscribed to Alt Tech, to Alt Media, what the fuck are you doing? Get subscribed. Let's see if I can. Oh, man. Look at that. You don't want it. Oh man. Oh. Get it. That's just since August, boy. Look at that. God damn. There's caveman genes in this motherfucker somewhere. Don't even try to tell me. I already know. So yeah. That's one big thing, man. There is, regardless of how I feel about things and people on a personal level, you do something decent, I'm going to shout you out. You do something shitty, I'm going to remind you of what a shitty human being you are. Gentlemen, I would love to do the stream tonight. I'm going to give it this weekend and next week to try to get this shit squared away. I got a lot of running to do. I've got a lot of shit to do. This place is very nicely sized. And now that I'm the caretaker for my son, I'm the caretaker for my mother, doing those things that I need to do. There's some of you out there that understand this. There's some of you out there that turn your nose up at the fact that somebody would actually give a shit about somebody enough to care for them in their old age. I guess I can't really dismiss that. That's kind of the way that we're taught to do business. Somebody outlives their usefulness, they become a burden. Fuck them. Cast them off, right? I don't do that. I won't do that. I have to give expressions here. I have to say how incredibly grateful I am, how incredibly grateful I feel about having the network of men around me, you, people that make things possible that I wouldn't otherwise be able to do in a quick and expedient manner. I have to thank Vention MGTOW. Vention dropped some fucking serious coin, and I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say to that. My appreciation, I feel it in my heart and my stomach and in my brain. I feel it, and it's massive. It just is. I'm not used to people saying here, 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 here. I'm not used to people doing those things. I'm not used to people putting their money where their mouth is, so to speak. Piotr Ozlowski, I have to thank him. He's done it twice. Many of you men have contributed multiples of 10 or 20 or 5. Many of you. Some of you, a lot of you, have said, please keep this to yourself. Don't shout me out directly. And I said, okay, I appreciate that. I really do. I appreciate that. But guys, this has helped us get to a spot with this studio where I can have this studio up and running here very, very shortly. Very shortly. I estimate, yes, I did just pop my nose. I estimate within 30 days, I will have this studio up and ready. And I will have the art studio, and I will have the model making studio. Those are coming out of my pocket. That's my money being spent there. And the array of videos and projects that I'm going to be able to put up here and show to you, it's not dependent whether or not we get it on YouTube. It's not dependent on Silicon Valley. It's not, gang, it's not. There's a shit ton of places out here to go where you can get good traction and good traffic, and you don't feel like all of your efforts are being thrown away. Like, what the fuck am I doing this for? I know a lot of guys out here that are getting 50 views or 10 views or 100 views, and they're talking to themselves and like, what the fuck am I doing this for? Stop looking at 50 and start looking at the fact that 50 people tuned in and said, damn, that's the way that I feel. You know, gotta stop putting pressure on yourself to have a massive worldwide audience. If you're speaking the truth, if you're speaking the truth about what's going on, the dynamic between men and women right now, you will have your audience. You will have your audience, plain and simple. If you're doing other things, you're doing like what I do, if you're photography, if you're doing modeling, if you're doing whatever it is that you do out here in the world, if you're making videos on that, if you're just capturing the scenery and narrating a story to some scenery, people really appreciate that shit. People really appreciate that. I appreciate it. I don't just make content, I consume it too. You know? And I know a lot of you are like that too. Moving on, the second MGTOW Summit advertisement, I guess I'll call it, is close to being completed. The additions to the MGTOW World Summits, plural, are very, very nice. Very, very nice. And I'll be contacting a few of these gentlemen who have not been able to commit over the last couple of months. I'll be contacting them here shortly and finding out if we can pencil them in and make sure that we can get them on the panel. I can't tell you who. I can't. But should it come down the pipe, should it actually materialize, it's going to make an enormous difference. Now, let me tell you this. The people that are already here, the creators, the voices that have already committed to this, legendary people. Legendary. Connected to other legendary people. And I know that they would be probably offended by the description of legendary, but you don't ever take somebody's due from them. You can't, as a matter of fact. But yes, legendary shit. These MGTOW World Summits are shaping up to be the event for 2021. And it's going to be multiple summits, obviously, because I can't have 20 and 30 people on the same stream. It'll be a clusterfuck. So we're looking at a nice, comfortable format, 4, maybe 5 guests, 6. I'm looking at 6 of these MGTOW World Summits. And either one of the advertisements that I've put out, any of you are free to use. Put it out there. Promote it. Get it out there. Head it up with your videos. Do it as often as you want. Right now, we're shooting for February, March, and April. If we can get something together for January, we'll do it. But I like that little bit of extra space, that little bit of extra leeway there, just so that I can get my ignorant ass on there and start learning some of these streaming services. Although I know the principle of how to do it, of how to execute, I'm not as familiar as I should be with streaming and streaming from one platform to another, you know, like taking DLive or Streamlabs or StreamYards, running it to YouTube, MGTOW TV, BitChute, yada, yada, yada. You know what I'm talking about. It takes a little to learn that stuff. It takes a little bit to get in there and start kicking this shit, not in a polished way, but in a professional and competent way. That's how we need to do it. And once we get these summits going, we can continue on with regular roundtables. And that is something that I am very much looking forward to. Ohio Dan, Reverend 20 Piece, and the Voice of Reason had themselves a nice little compact roundtable today for about 2 hours. Good stuff. I was listening to most, if not all of it. Did have to check out towards the end a little bit. But 2 hours. 2 hours. That's good shit, man. A lot of stuff to listen to. A lot of stuff to talk about. You know? A lot of very interesting points of view. Agree? Disagree? It's irrelevant. It's out there. It's being said. And that's what matters more than anything. Your First Amendment. Your Second Amendment. Plain and simple. Your rights. And like I always try to tell you, if they can award you rights, they can remove your rights. Just look around. Look at all these fucking cowards out here. Millions and millions and millions of them. Oh man, we can't have Thanksgiving this year. They said so. Oh man, they're gonna cancel Christmas. Cancel these nuts, motherfuckers. Somebody shows up to my place talking about that, they're going to be looking at a shotgun. Fuck them. I have reached my limit. I have reached that line. And if that's what it means, then that's what it means. Ain't no thing to me. You know how it'll happen. They'll sweep it all under the rug. Oh man, that motherfucker was just insane. He was just crazy. All you had to do was put on a mask. What's so hard about putting on a mask? Right there. Right there. You take that mask and stick it right up your fucking ass. Along with your ideology, along with your identity politics, along with all of that other shit. I'm not interested. Don't want to do that. So I'm not going to do that. Man, I'm out. Look at that bullshit. Yeah, gents. I apologize about the chill streams not being a thing tonight or this weekend. I will do the very best that I can to get this stuff up and running by next weekend. But for somebody that preaches minimalism, I don't have a minimalist lifestyle. Not yet. I guess there's another way of looking at that. Have a bug out bag, ready to go if I got to go. If I got to hustle, I can move, I can go. You know, but the things that I've carried with me throughout my life, they're weighty. They're weighty. I'm glad that they have found a permanent home now. This will probably be, at my age, this will probably be the last place that I ever live in, barring some kind of catastrophe or flooding or the building falling over or some shit like that. It'll probably be the last place that I live in. It's definitely going to be the last place that my mother lives in. She's not doing well. We've been there, but we're all going to be there at some point in time. Hopefully, the only thing that you can hope for, really, in my opinion, is that when you get ill or sick or you start slipping, that it's fast. You know, that you don't linger. That's terrible for everybody. It's a selfish thought, really. It is a selfish thought. But I don't want to linger on. I don't want to be a burden to people when I get really seriously old. I mean, obviously, see all of this fucking silver and some of this black worked in here right here. That's kind of a neat little look right there. Go get me some Grecian formula and streak that motherfucker up. Or maybe I'll just eliminate the rest of that and make it all one color. Who the hell knows? Never been a very vain person. Actually, I've never been vain at all. So, yeah, man, I just wanted to jump on here and express my heartfelt feelings for all of the folks that have contributed, donated. It didn't matter what it was. If it was finances, if it was time, if it was comments, if it was likes, if it was subs, if it was shares, all of that shit matters. Every single piece of that matters. Every bit of it. And a lot of it's pushing us to a higher height. I hope that y'all understand that. This studio comes up and starts running. It's not going to be no chump change shit. It's going to be a real deal. It's going to be what we need. You look at all other sectors of the manosphere, they've all got somebody that they can look at and say, yeah, that motherfucker's got a studio. Yeah, he got 2, 3, 4 monitors. He got a couple of towers. He's running. He's going. And everybody's flocking to them because it's dependable. It's reliable. It's no bullshit. You know, not sitting on the floor like I have been with chill streams just talking into a phone. You got stuff that you can do now. Get your multiple angles, get your multiple cameras, get your thing going, just do that thing. You know what I'm saying? Do it right. And I appreciate the shit out of it. I really do. And I appreciate y'all. But I'm sorry that I can't bring you the chill streams this weekend. I know that's 2 weekends in a row. And it's like, what the fuck? What's going on, man? If you saw the volume of shit between myself and my mother and my son that I've had to move, most of it, you'd be floored. I have to give a big shout out to the MGTOW overlord. The overlord put himself in peril to help me come over here and move this shit. You know, crawling up fucking stairs, coming downstairs, spent all fucking day going up and down stairs, both of us. And he did more of it than I did. You know, as far as moving stuff and getting into this place, equal all the way down the road. But as far as going up and down them stairs, just not capable of it. Not capable. I've had hip issues for a long time now. Not serious, but when that shit starts to burn and it starts to ache and your legs feel like they're falling off, you just keep going, right? We did. But he was going better than I was going. And he was fucked up. He was still hurting. So, you know. So big shout outs to him. For sure. For sure. Now he's got a place that's all to himself. He's doing his thing. He's squared away. And I will be too. And so will my son. And so will my mother. That's just the way it's going to be. Damn, 18 minutes. I can't believe I've been blabbing on for 18 minutes. Gang, I want to thank you one more time. All of the designs that I have in store for Hammerhand's Hideout are going to wait for just a little bit until I can get either the whatever laptop I go after or whatever PC I go after, whatever it's going to be, because there are definitely issues on the phone. There's issues over the phone trying to do this stuff. And I want this to be good quality, competent products. That's what I want. I don't want a bunch of shit going out. Excuse me. I already have some profit margin racked up over there at Teespring. It's not a lot, but it's pretty cool to see that people are buying the shirts and buying the designs. And if you gentlemen have interest in supporting that, please go find that Teespring link in the community tab and support the effort. It's much appreciated. It always is. And I'll talk to you when I talk to you. But in lieu of no chill streams this weekend, what I'm going to do is I'm going to work hard to get a couple, 3 episodes of the new Colossus series completed and put out so that we've got something going this weekend and we're not just bare for 2 whole weeks. I think that that's kind of bullshit. And if we can keep it going, I'm going to keep it going. Gents, thank you very much for tuning in. I appreciate you. As always, remember, every day above dirt, every breath is a gift. And if you can find a way to get yourself through your pain today, go to sleep, wake up in the morning, you're gonna, if you push, man, you gotta push. You're gonna find a way to make that shit happen. You will, I promise you. You'll find a way. At the very least, you have my email. Contact me, talk to me. Talk to the brothers in the community. There's a lot of us that are in the same boat. You know, there's a lot of us. There's millions of us. So holler. Until then, take good care of yourself. And I'll talk to you gents in a bit.